This is the Justice Palace of Brussels. Giant, monumental, remarkable, breathtaking, glorious, imposing building. Built and constructed with the purpose of delivering the most sacred thing, justice. But did you know that actually this building is built in the most unjustful way? For example, what if we tell you that this building is built on top of dead bodies?
You are watching stripping architecture, and we will not teach you how to sketch classical architecture drawings. No, on the contrary, we are committed into showing to you how to sketch complex urban phenomena in order to visualize your mindful ideas on a single piece of paper. Today, we will do that by sketching the Justice Palace in Brussels in 4 simple sketches.
Yes, as we have said in the beginning, it is fair to say that this building was built on top of dead bodies. In other words, during the Middle Ages, the site where this building was erected was called Galgenberg, or the Gallows Mount, a place where the convicted criminals were hanged. Now, since we all know how justful the justice system was in the Middle Ages, we find it quite weird that this kind of place was depicted as a place with suitable symbolism for a justice palace. Therefore, in order to make quick outlines of this strange symbolism of justice, we have sketched the following sketch concept. As you can see, there are 2 people carrying a dome. You can easily notice from their body language that they are struggling to carry this heavy dome. The dome looks a little bit like a crown, which suggests that these people are carrying a precious item that is usually used as a final piece of a larger composition. Now, we all know that the large architectural compositions and structures are always built by large and organized groups of people, and not by only 2 human beings, like shown on the illustration. That is why this sketch allows to you, the viewer, to develop human empathy with the drawing. This concept sketch actually inspired us to amplify this feeling of empathy by simple exposition of the disproportion between power and labor. In other words, between symbols and real life. The initial story about the location combined with the consequent strain of thought developed by the little sketch concept inspired us to sketch a bunch of dead bodies in the form of a little hill. If you take a deeper look, you can see that the hill actually is morphing its shape from a natural hill into a man-made structure where the top is coronated with a dome. In that way, we have sketched 300 years of contextual evolution in a single sketch. In other words, we have sketched how the natural topography of a hill that has gained a function of disgusting execution site evolved into a justice palace.
However, the strange history of this building does not end here. It's fairly known fact that this building has been funded by a bloody exploitation of the Congolese resources and people by the notorious Belgian King Leopold II. At the same time, it is a well-documented fact that the enormous building was built by removing the local residents and demolishing their homes. From this, we can obviously conclude that different populations in different ways were negatively affected by this building. So, how to sketch a negative character of a building? Well, in the most literal way, a negative building is the building that serves as a prison, as a structure meant for enslaving people. But how to draw a building that works as a subtle prison, building without bars, but still with the ability of keeping people enclosed? Well, the first inspiration was a fish tank. Fish tanks have a nice transparent walls and offer simulation of liberty, but they still severely limit the environment for the creature inside. So we thought of sketching a fish tank, an aquarium, a prison for human characteristics, such as effort, thought, liberty, hope, dreams. In other words, abstract features that cannot be sketched. Therefore, the easiest way to sketch these features was just to sketch an ambiguous shape of an item that we can easily identify, but it's often change forms. A cloud trapped in a glass box. We developed the sketch concept a bit further, and we looked for the shape that could resemble simulation of liberty. It came so natural to sketch the outlines of the Justice Palace as a fish tank, an aquarium for the dreams of thousands of people whose destiny was interrupted by the construction of this building. Whenever we look at this building, we imagine how inside each stone of this structure lay broken hopes and dreams of thousands of people. Only because someone more powerful had to satisfy his esoteric beliefs.
In addition to its exterior, this building is so megalomaniac that it is a real nightmare to be maintained. Its enormous structure is not feasible for renovation, nor can be easily repurposed. Sometimes you wonder, is it still useful to keep this building alive? Therefore, it often feels like its existence hangs on a loose structure. In regard to that, we have made this little sketch concept where the symbol of this building, the dome, is propped on a very loose structure. This effect of instability gave us additional idea of sketching something huge and dominant but still loose and shaky. When you look at the current appearance of this building, one of the first impressions are the massive scaffolding. This temporary structure stays up there for almost 30 years, resembling the Mission Impossible. How to renovate this massive building and how to justify the budget. Therefore, we decided to sketch the whole building as a defragmented boxes that are connected with scaffolding. The dispersed cubes, interconnected with a thin straw-like structure, makes you think, wait, is this building frozen in the moment of deconstruction and construction simultaneously? Undoubtedly, the boxes are outlining the shape of the Justice Palace, but the different colors of the boxes are encouraging us to think of this building as some kids-made castle that has only one purpose: to fall. In other words, this sketch is seriously questioning the soberness of this building. It is representative and mature, but at the same time with so many flaws, just like a tower made out of cards.
And while speaking about the exterior, we have to mention the interior of this building. They say when you enter inside, all you can hear is the echo of the walk and your heartbeat, which makes you seriously intimidated. The building from outside has so many different large-scale entrances with inhumane dimensions. So the initial sketch concept was a single cube with a large centralized entrance. Additionally, when you enter inside, you will find so many corridors that you may think you are lost in some kind of confusing maze. And you start thinking, am I ever going to get out of here alive? When you think of a Justice Palace and plenty of corridors, you immediately think of being trapped by the bureaucracy hallways, which are sending you from room to room and keep you in a limbo state forever. That's why we have sketched a couple of corridors popping out of the building. But now the building looks like a giant octopus. Look at that. Spontaneously, we have sketched another metaphor that often follows the bureaucratic institutions. A monster that has its hands in many different pockets. Have we actually sketched corruption? Hopefully you like the way how we think, unpack and sketch a case. So please don't forget to watch, subscribe, like, comment and share. And check your Justice Palace in your city and try to kind of reimagine it. Have a nice day.